Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Only one Kenobi here. Only one. Now, this is a very late review of the First Order Stormtrooper because he's not only been out in the Black Series for a long time, but in the first wave of the Vintage Collection, which has been out for months now. The reason I'm doing this video is because, as you can see, I now have two of them that I'm going to keep carded. This one was really kindly included by David from Dark Side Toys. He included that with my last package, free of charge, which is a really lovely thing. So thank you very much for that, David, and also thanks for the quality of the stuff you're sending myself and others, you know. I thought I'd show you one of them loose because I did get actually loads of these. He's on sale at the minute now. Rush down there because they're going to be gone before you know it. For £5 each at the Entertainer Toy Shop in the UK, they're getting rid of a load of Black Series stuff. So he's such a good army builder. I'm going to be as bold as to say now to you that I think my favourite Stormtrooper has to be the First Order Stormtrooper. You know, I am an original trilogy guy to the grave, but I love the design of this new Stormtrooper that they've got in the movies. So I've got one loose for you. As you can see him spinning now. Lovely posability, what with him being fully articulated. Let me know your opinion, but I actually think the texture and quality and sharpness of the plastic of the 5POA figure is better than the articulated one. That might be different for the ones in the vintage packaging. They might have, I don't know if they are exactly the same, but Black Series paint jobs, as you'll see in this one I've got loose, is not totally 100% spot on. But anyway, what I'd like to show you now is the fact that I have two on the card. The first one I got was the one with the French on it, the multi-language name pill. This one also has sellotape, which you can't see, which is probably a good thing because nobody really wants to see it, but I'd have to hold it towards the light. But it's funny that when the First Order Stormtrooper was first announced in the first wave, all you ever saw in the publicity was this. All of them had the French and the English on them, which was a bit like, you know, why? Because we all just like to see the name of it. Well, I do anyway. So there is First Order Stormtrooper, English only, which is great because, yeah, it's just what I prefer to see. It's nice to have variants, of course. But when it goes back to the other vintage, the vintage collection where it was just the Stormtrooper, you just got Stormtrooper on the front. But having said that, now it's only just First Order Stormtrooper. The text is still quite small, isn't it? It's interesting. The text is varying in the vintage collection nowadays. It's like some of it's big, some of it's small. It's not consistent, so I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, that's a separate issue. Now, as for the figure, it's interesting. I noticed this in the card. Look at the way this one's been packed. It looks quite straight, and look at this one here. It looks like he's sort of like getting ready for a fight or something. He's got his sort of like his joints are bent slightly, but I don't know. I think the actual interior bubble is different, but let's have a look at this guy loose, because this is pretty much the figure that you've got in the vintage collection. This is the Black Series figure loose, which is the one you can see on the far right. And as you can see, it's just better to pose these guys than the 5POA. You can do more with their action. He has a hinged wrist as well, which makes it better to hold the gun. You can have different poses, but you see I've kind of curved his wrist around there so you can get him in different poses. But anyway, they are it's a wonderful style of armour. Whoever was responsible for the design of it did a good job, because to improve on something that's already faultless, i.e. the original trilogy Stormtrooper design, you've done a really good job, whoever. I quite like the duckbill thing going on there as well. It's just smoother, and the chest plate is better. You don't get boobies on the front, babbling boobies on the front there. And also, yeah, just one small silver, whatever that is, breath modulator. I've just missed the opportunity to talk about it, but the actual eyes on this one, let's talk about the paint applications of the Black Series. A little bit hit and miss. Look at the paint apps underneath the eye. Barely noticeable, but it's almost like they haven't hit the mark. It looks like he's a bit more emotional there, like that's sad, you know, the angle of it, and then that one's a bit more sharp. I don't know if that makes sense. It's almost like the paint apps are not bob on. But anyway, it's all good though. There is a Stormtrooper for you. There's a review of the two available card backs. So if you weren't sure, like I wasn't sure, that you could even get one without French or multi-language on it, you can. It's available. And certainly get one from Dark Side Toys, because that's in the UK for a decent price. Although I got mine gratis, which was a very nice gesture. So thank you very much again, David, for that if you're watching this video. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a day on that one. Thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.